Welcome back. It's Seth here. Today, I want to talk to you guys about 5 differences between the rich and the poor. The truth is, when we're going on about our daily life, we inherently judge people from what they're wearing to what they're driving, and we make assumptions about their social status. So, I thought, why not discuss 5 of the differences between the rich and the poor to uncover some misconceptions? Before I dive deeper into this video, please hit the like button down below, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to help grow our channel. Now that you hit the like button, let's dive in. So the first difference is that the rich really don't care about showing off their wealth. This is a difference which is visible to everyone. We see so many people flexing their expensive cars and their lifestyle on the internet, only to find that they're totally faking it. This is all done to show other people that they have money or to attract followers, and some just want validation from others. But when we tend to look at the rich, it's the total opposite. They don't really seem to care. You can see some of the richest people in the world, such as Bill Gates and Elon Musk. Time and time, we've seen Bill Gates wear an inexpensive Casio watch, and we see Elon Musk just wearing a t-shirt and jeans to do interviews. This is not because Bill Gates can't afford a Rolex or Elon Musk can't afford any Gucci clothes. They simply just don't care because it's not practical to them. For most rich people, they have done what's needed to be wealthy and successful, so they don't really need the validation of others or care for it. Whereas the poor seem to really care about what other people think about them. The second difference is the rich focus on buying assets. So if you're confused what an asset is, basically an asset is something that holds value over time. So for most individuals, this would be your cash, saving accounts, bonds, stocks, jewelry, and collectibles. This relates to the last point, as the poor seem to spend their money on materialistic items that don't yield any future growth. The items that are purchased are either become useless or they depreciate heavily, whereas the rich tend to buy assets that keep growing their net worth year over year. So we have a visual graph here, and it shows that individuals that are worth $10,000 seem to hold way more cash, and most of their net worth is coming from their primary residence and their vehicle. Some would say these are an asset. In my opinion, a car depreciates, so you're losing value each year, and your primary home in the long run will go up in value. However, it doesn't generate income. Actually, it's the opposite. For your primary home, you're responsible for paying home insurance, property tax, and maintenance every single year. So really, you end up spending money on your house every single year without getting a return until you sell it. Now, if you look at the graph who's worth $1 million, you see that person is the exact opposite of someone who's worth $10,000. Their cash position is much less than someone who's worth $10,000, and their primary home and their vehicle don't really make up much of their net worth. Most of their net worth starts coming from mutual funds, stocks, fixed income, managed assets, real estate, and business interests. And you see this trend become stronger and stronger as you go up in net worth. So the main takeaway here is you should be focused on buying assets versus liabilities and expenses. The third difference is the rich carry on more good debt. So if you're wondering what the difference between bad and good debt is, bad debt is debt that will not increase your net worth or generate future income. In most cases, it's debt that's used to buy depreciating items. So things like cars, appliances, electronics, and then you get stuck in a loop of payments without gaining any income or increasing your net worth. Good debt is debt that is used to increase your net worth or generate future income. This is debt that's usually used to buy real estate, which is leveraged to generate income, or debt to start business, or even taking debt and buying good quality stocks. We find that lower income individuals carry on more debt relative to their income, particularly as credit card debt and payday loans. They rely on high interest debt as they have less access to low interest credit options. And this will just result in them being in the cycle of debt over and over again without gaining any financial stability. We're seeing the total credit card debt is at an all-time high, and it's being reported that the total credit card debt right now is over $1.1 trillion, meaning that the national average credit card debt among credit card holders was up during the third quarter of 2020 and has reached $7,236, which is up from second quarter, which was $7,130. Now, when we look at wealthy individuals, they have a lower debt to income ratio. They carry on more debt such as mortgages or business loans, which will result in higher earnings. They also tend to have better access to credit and lower interest options. So when it comes to debt, you really have to budget and be smart with your money. You should try not to spend more money than you're making so that you always have cash on hand. This ensures that you'll have cash on hand, so if there's an opportunity to invest, and you'll be able to, or even start a business if you have a good idea. The fourth difference is the rich have more faith in delayed gratification. This is a concept that most rich people have really gotten down, and they use this to pursue and build generation wealth. A lot of individuals save and invest for the future, meaning they have less of a tendency to make impulsive decisions when compared to the average individual. The individuals that have the mentality to become wealthy understand that more money that's saved and invested today means that they'll have a lot more money in the future. For example, if you start investing $250 per month at the age of 20, by the time you're 65, you would have accumulated over $2.2 million. So if you're able to reduce your impulse spending and you can invest and save more now, you'll definitely end up with a lot more money in the future. One thing that I personally use is the Warren 10-10-10 method. This is something I always use before I make a big purchase, which is how will I feel about my decision in 10 minutes? How will I feel about my decision in 10 months? And how will I feel about my decision in 10 years? And personally, one of my biggest weaknesses are cars. Just lately, I had a phase where I wanted to purchase a new car. And I use this method to not make an impulsive decision. So I really thought, if I purchase this car now, how will I feel in 10 minutes? And in 10 minutes, I'd probably be really happy because I bought a car that's faster and newer than my current car that I have. And then I thought, how would I feel about it in 10 months? The truth is, the happiness of buying something materialistic would probably wear off in 10 months and I'd be back in the same spot. And how would I feel about the decision in 10 years? To be honest, I probably wouldn't even own that car in 10 years. So really, I should just invest this money so I'll have more money in the future so I can buy a much nicer and faster car down the road. And now moving on to the fifth and last difference between the rich and the poor, that is, the rich seem to focus on continuous learning. From the research that is published by Statistic Canada, we find there's a direct correlation with the level of education and the level of income. In general, people with the lowest level of education had the largest decrease in employment income, and those with the highest level of education had the largest increase. The largest increase generally begins from the bachelor degree and higher. And I do personally think going to university and college is definitely worth it, especially for a career that requires it, such as to become a doctor, a lawyer, engineer, or an accountant. But if you want to become wealthy, I don't think school really teaches you that. So what we find is a lot of rich individuals read a lot of books. And there are a lot of books out there that teach you how to run a business and how to invest. And personally, that's how I learned how to invest at 18 years old. I would buy books and go to the library and continuously read as many books on investing as I could. And now I still read as many investing books as I can, even though a lot of them do get repetitive. If I even get one takeaway from a 400, 500 page book, that one takeaway could make me hundreds of thousands of dollars in the future. And books aren't the only thing that can help you stay educated. You can listen to podcasts, you can network with people in the industry you want to go into, or you can even take online courses. In my opinion, if you're not learning, you're dying, as the world we live in today is changing very fast. So it's our responsibility to stay educated and stay on top of what's going on in the world. So that's it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and you guys were able to learn something new. Please stay tuned for future videos. And until next time, remember to keep investing.